Hello all, and welcome back to Chaos Gaming. I'm continuing my no-mundane run of Skyrim, in which all combat will be performed with magic, and I won't be using any of the mundane skills, such as, pardon me a moment, smithing or one or two-handed weapons, those kind of things. The last session, we found Esbern, and he instructed me, or, well, Delphine and I, brought him back to Riverwood here with Delphine, and he talked about there being a location that had information about how to defeat Alduin. And so we're trying to go to that location to find out what it is that we need to do. There was, let's see here, where is it we're going? So we're going to be going to Karthspire, which is here. So I'm going to use Reachwater Rock to get there. So basically, at the time that Alduin was known, they documented what was necessary to fight him, but those documents were placed somewhere because they knew that time would reduce people's memory to the point that they forgot about it. And in the process, that was the case, and that location got lost. And now, that location, Esbern says that he has found it. That's an armored individual. So Esbern thinks he's found it, and he has said that it's in this location, and then that. So that's where we're going. And we've got yet another dragon, and it might be fighting Esbern and what's-her-face. So, Delphine. So let's go help fight the dragon. Get some more experience. Yep, that's Esbern. Get some more experience with, and there's something else fighting them too. I wonder if there are Thalmor out, because the Thalmor have been looking for Esbern. And so...
I need some help with this one.
It's that or it's the Mages Guild. There's the dragon. No, he's a frost dragon. I should be okay to use Firebolt on him, since it does more damage.
I could use a hand here.
Oh no, these are going to be... what do you call them? Forsworn. Interesting. So we'll be kind of fighting alongside the Forsworn until... we can finish off the dragon. Speaking of, come on. Now what I'm curious about is there going to be... okay. So he's down over there. Wonder if he's going to walk over to try and fight. Or if he's just going to stay there. I think I'm hitting. Yep, looks like I'm hitting. Is that going to be a kill shot, or is it going to hit the... is the dragon dead? Alright, so let me go get my horse. Go run over there and absorb his soul. And then we'll continue our way up to... oh, I can't even remember the name of where I'm going again. Karthspire. Excuse me. So dragon fights are always interesting. At least when you've got other folks to help you. When you don't have other folks to help you, dragon fights are frustrating in my opinion. Because dragons are very difficult. They have a... oh, there is water here, it's just... can't see it. Okay. So all I want to do is run across, please. Thank you. Alright. So graphics glitched out there apparently, because can't see the water. I thought it had turned into a dry stream bed, but apparently not. Alright. Well, give me your soul. And whatever else you have for loot. Except the dragon bones. They're too much weight to be worth looting. Come on. Thank you. Okay. So now, I want to go over there, but it looks like it may be possible to just go up. Why is Esbern swimming? I don't know. Maybe he's trying to follow me? So there's a path, maybe a path up here. We'll see if this will work to get us where we're going. No, because now it's saying, what on earth? Oh, okay. This is gonna hurt a little, right? Yep, just a little. Okay. So this is Karthspire then. Apparently. I had thought that Karthspire was going to be higher up. So, we'll go into Karthspire and see what's there. Good, Esbern found his way inside. And so did Delphine. No, that's not going to work. Well, that's because you don't know how to sneak, you punk. If you weren't running off, just charging into battle, you'd be better off. But no, you gotta run around and not bother being careful. That's a recipe for disaster there, I'll tell you that much. Okay. Void salts, frost salts. I'm carrying too much by picking up void salts and frost salts. That ain't right. So arrows have... you know what? Let's just drop you. And drop you. I'm not too worried about those particular enchantments. So, let's see here. Gain entrance to Skyhaven Temple is my mission here. Now they're just running along.
We've got to get this bridge down.
Okay. So, what's your plan for that?
These pillars must have something to do with it.
Yes, these are Akaviri symbols. Here, let's see. You have the symbol for king and warrior, and of course the symbol for dragonborn. That's the one that appears to have a sort of arrow shape pointing downward at the bottom.
Okay. So... is there any...
Yes, that's it. The symbol on the pillar on the left.
What?
Given that Skyhaven Temple was sealed against the return of the Dragonborn, I will try turning all the pillars to that symbol.
Okay.
Whatever you did, it worked.
Cool.
Let's see what those old blades left in our way.
Can you guys just stay there, though? Let me go on? Where's Delphine? Okay, so Esbern's going this way.
Wait!
Why are you stopping?
We should be careful here. See these symbols on the floor?
Yeah.
Be careful. We'll cross once it's safe.
Well, Dragonborn was the lock, or the key, so it seems that following the Dragonborn...
Looks safe now. Let's move.
Yes, yes.
Ah.
I think we must be close to the entrance.
Okay then. Cool. Hey, and now we're in Skyhaven Temple, apparently.
One. They're remarkably well preserved, too.
Okay, what is it? Excuse me. So... Okay, now what?
Here's the Blood Seal, another of the lost Akaviri arts. No doubt triggered by, well, blood. Your blood, Dragonborn. Look
Try
here.
dripping blood onto
You see
the
how the
carving
ancient blades
before.
revered Reman Cyrodiil?
I'm sorry, what? Oh, okay.
This whole place appears to be a shrine to them. He ended the Akaviri invasion under mysterious circumstances.
Here's the entrance. After you, Dragonborn. You should have the honor of being the first to set foot in the Skyrim Temple.
There's no telling what we might find inside.
Alright then. So, let's go find out what we find inside. Well, first thing we find is stairs. Not necessarily surprising. Doesn't look like Delphine and Esbern are coming with me, though. So, I get to explore on my own now, which means being sneaky. Oh, wow. That's intriguing. Alright, so looks like whatever we're after is up this way. Now, in theory, we're looking for a way... No. Now, whatever we're after... Okay, so the wall was what we were... Oh, this is Alduin's wall, then. Okay, what am I supposed to do with it? Learn the secret of Alduin's wall. Okay, so I don't interact with it. Do I shout out it? Let's see here. Do I have... No. Wait, yes I do. It's Unrelenting Force.
Force Roda!
No, I do not shout at the wall. Which I guess shouldn't be a surprise, but... Okay, so we've got stairs that go around these sides. And... they're little side rooms. So this looks like it's barracks, basically. But I'm not seeing anything. Alright, so we've got a barracks there. This just comes down to the base of the wall again. Oh, good, you guys are here. Maybe that'll help.
Look, here is Alduin. This panel goes back to the beginning of time, when Alduin and the dragon cult ruled over Skyrim. Here, the humans rebelled against their dragon overlords, the legendary Dragon War. Alduin's defeat is the centerpiece of the wall.
Okay.
You see, here is fallen from the sky. The Nord Tongs, masters of the voice, are arrayed against him.
So does it show how they defeated him? Isn't that why we're here?
Patience, my dear. The Akaviri were not a straightforward people. Everything is couched in allegory and mythic symbolism. Yes, yes. This here Coming from the mouths of the Nord heroes, this is the Akaviri symbol for shout. But there's no way to know what shout is meant.
You mean they used a shout to defeat Alduin? You're sure?
Oh yes, presumably something rather specific to dragons, or even Alduin himself. Remember, this is where they recorded all they knew of Alduin and his turn.
So we're looking for a shout then. Damn it. You ever heard of such a thing? A shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky?
No, but the Greybeards might know.
You're probably right. I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in this, but it seems we have no choice.
All right then. But what do you have against the Greybeards?
If they had their way, you do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them and talk to the sky or whatever it is they do. The Greybeards are so afraid of power that they won't use it. Think about it. Have they tried to stop the Civil War or done anything about Alduin? No. And they're afraid of you, of your power. Trust me, there is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened to the Greybeards?
Well, the Greybeards may have a point. Power can be dangerous. I don't agree that it is, though. Yeah, don't worry. I'm not afraid of my own power.
Good. The Greybeards can teach you a lot, but don't let them turn you away from your destiny. You're Dragonborn, and you're the only one who can stop Alduin. Don't forget it.
Alright. Well, I'd better go see what Argnir knows about this shout.
Right. Good thing they've already let you into their little cult. Not likely they'd help Esbern or me if we came calling. We'll look around Skyhaven Temple and see what else the old blades might have left for us. It's a better hideout than I could have hoped for. Talos guard you.
Look here, in the third panel. The prophecy which brought the Akaviri to Tamriel in the first place, in search of the Dragonborn. Here are the Akaviri, the blades. You see their distinctive longswords. Now they kneel, their ancient mission fulfilled, as the last Dragonborn contends with Alduin at the end of time. Are you paying attention, Delphine? You might learn something of our own history.
Alright then. So, next stop is, yep, I'm going to talk to Argnir. So, let's see if there's an alternative way out of here that is faster. Yep, this will open up to Skyrim. Do all of these open to Skyrim? Yes. Interesting. Alright. So this actually looks a lot like the place where the Greybeards are, but let's see here. I can get there much quicker if I just... There it is. If I just travel there. So we'll travel to High Hrothgar. Alright, good. You're still alive. So let's go find Argnir. Where is he? He's this way, apparently, which is interesting. There you are.
Wind, guide you.
Alright, I need to learn the shout used to defeat Alduin.
Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to?
It was recorded on Alduin's wall.
The Blades, of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bounds. They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes?
The Blades are helping me. I'm not their puppet.
No, of course not. Forgive me, Dragonborn. I have been intemperate with you. But heed my warning. The Blades may say they serve the Dragonborn, but they do not. They never have.
So, can you teach me this shout?
No, I cannot teach it to you, because I do not know it. It is called Dragon Rend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice.
Okay, so what's so bad about Dragonrend?
It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. Their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout. When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In a sense, you become the shout. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself.
Okay, but if the shout is lost, how can I defeat Alduin?
Only Paarthurnax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses.
Okay. Who is Paarthurnax?
He is our leader. He surpasses us all in his mastery of the way of the voice.
Why haven't I met him yet?
He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege.
Okay, so how do I get to the top of the mountain to see him?
Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthurnax.
Okay then. Excellent. Come on, fellas. Let's go. Alright. You guys just go into the room where I learned the shouts previously, or are you going somewhere else? You're going somewhere else, apparently. Hi, Hrothgar Courtyard. Alright, apparently I'm gonna have to quick save it before I start heading up the mountain so that if I'm stupid and get killed by an ice wraith, I don't die. Alright. It's interesting that this is the only shout they teach you that they don't give you the power you need to learn. You have to actually spend the dragon souls to learn it. Because every other ability they've taught you, after they teach you, they give you a little bit of their own power to learn the shout. And this is the only one where I know of that they don't do that. So we have to wait for the
Path to
walk.
Paarthurnax lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way.
Good, good. Don't you say 3 words, though?
Follow me. I will show you how to open the path to Paarthurnax. Wind, guide you. Va. Kor.
So, magic, shouts. I've only learned Sky so far. But you did 2 shouts last time. There we go. Do you do 1 more?
The words wait. I will grant you my understanding.
They were
of clear
on the
sky.
ground. Okay.
This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well.
Okay. So, let's see here. Magic, shouts. Well, I guess it's okay. Well, I mean, not great, but it's okay that I did that, because now so it'll clear away inclement weather, whatever that happens to mean. Magic, shout. So let's actually favorite it just for fun, and then we can make it my current shout. It's interesting that I kind of look like I fall down when it does that. Alright, so I want... Soul Trap. And what I'll need to do is cast Soul Trap first, and then switch back to... Okay, so the bigger shout doesn't do longer. Wider area. Good to know. It does, however, take longer. So I shouldn't hold it down as long. Just do the single shout, probably. There we go. Maybe? Because that's very quick to... No, wrong one. Wrong one again. Oh, hello. Cute. So, switch this so that I'm casting Fireball out of both hands, so that I can... Okay. Alright, so this is going better. So there was another ice race. Yep. Let's see here. Soul Trap. And then switch back to Firebolt. Where'd he go? Good. I'm not sure what kind of souls they have, but still good to... And then I should heal. Still good to get some in place just to... Right, I'm actually going to do that time. Yep. Alright. So I'd say it's possible that the biggest issue with this might be the risk of falling off. So that'll give me a minor soul, I'm sure. Or a lesser soul, possibly. Okay. Oops. Switch back to Firebolt for both hands. So they're much easier when you can stagger them and get them to stay put. Clears a decent chunk, even with just the smaller shout. So that's nice. Not sure what it'll be like. Well, wow. Okay, that's bright. Is that just normal sunset, sunrise, sun, whatever the heck it is, or is there an effect going on? Not sure. Well, I'm hoping I'm near the top. This is quite the climb. And me without my horse. Alright. Oh, there's a shield something. And it's weird that it staggers me when I use it sometimes. That's kind of unexpected. Now hopefully this is... There we go, Thread of the World discovered. Still gotta go higher though. No, it's just saying that I need to follow him. Alright, so the arrow would indicate... Yep.
Greetings, Wunderneek. I am Parthenax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain?
I think you already know who I am.
Yes, Vaza. You speak true, Dovahkiin. Forgive me. It has been long since I held Tinvak with a stranger. I gave in to the temptation to prolong our speech.
Okay, why live alone on a mountain if you love conversation versus I need to learn Dragon Run Shout? Can you teach me? Let's go with why live alone on a mountain.
Evenar Balok, there are many hungers it is better to deny than to feed. Drechni Nakib, discipline against the lesser aids in Kachnar, denial of the greater. Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation?
First you want a prolonged conversation, now you're saying I'm intruding. Fine. I need to learn the Dragon Run Shout. Can you teach me?
Drem, patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove. By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin. Why do you intrude here if not for Tinvak?
Okay.
Gift.
There we go.
You understand fire as the Dove do.
Why? Why did you give me fire breath? Are you just needing me to prove that I know?
Show me what you can do. Greet me not as mortal, but as Dova.
Alright, you say so. Shouts, fire breath.
Ah, yes. Sosedo Vrostmul. The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind.
Alright. So, are you going to teach me another shout?
So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a jaw, mortal. Even for one of Dova Sos, dragon blood. What would you ask of me?
Didn't I already ask you? Can you teach me the Dragon Run Shout?
Ah, I have expected you, Proda. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. No, you seek your weapon against Alduin.
Yep. How did you know I came for Dragonrend?
Alduin Comate Teed. What else would you seek? Alduin and Dovahkiin return together. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus, it cannot be known to me. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts.
Huh. Okay, so how can I learn it?
Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum?
I need to stop Alduin.
Yes, Alduin, Zembach, the elder brother, gifted, grasping, and troublesome, as is so often the case with Firstborn. But why? Why must you stop Alduin?
I guess I like this world. I don't want it to end.
Prusa, as good a reason as any. There are many who feel as you do, although not all. Some would say that all things must end, so that the next can come to pass. Perhaps this world is simply the egg of the next Kalpa? Lean Vokeen? Would you stop the next world from being born?
Interesting. Well, the next world will have to take care of itself.
Paz, a fair answer. Rofus, maybe you only balance the forces that work to quicken the end of this world. Even we who ride the currents of time cannot see past time's end. Wulsetid los trahodis. Those who try to hasten the end may delay it. Those who work to delay the end may bring it closer. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Croesus, now I will answer your question. Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monavin, what you name throat of the world?
No. I never thought about it.
This is the most sacred mountain in Skyrim, Zokravak Struma, the great mountain of the world. Here, the ancient tongues, the first mortal masters of the voice, brought Alduin to battle and defeated him.
Using the Dragon Run shout, right?
Yes and no. Viknuzny Karon. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the Dragonrend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Ok Mulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time.
Are you saying the ancient Nord sent Elduin forward in time?
Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost. Meye. I knew better. Tidbo Amativ. Time flows ever onward. One day, he would surface. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not when.
Okay. So how does any of this help me?
Tid Krent. Time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back to the other end of the break. You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it.
Okay. So, do you know where I can find an Elder Scroll?
Croesus, no. I know little of what has passed below in the long years I have lived here. You are likely better informed than I.
Okay, so the lore keeper at the College of Winterhold might know.
Trust your instincts, Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way.
Okay, so what do I do with the Elder Scroll when I find it?
Return it here to the Tid Achran. Then, Kele Vomindok. Nothing is certain with such things. But I believe the scroll's bond with the Tid Achran will allow you a seeing, a vision of the moment of its creation. Then you will feel, know Dragonrend in the power of its first expression. You will see them, Wuthfadon, my friends, Haken, Gormlaith, Feldir.
Haken, Gomlaith, Feldir. Who are they?
The first mortals that I taught the Thum, the first tongues, the leaders of the rebellion against Alduin. They were mighty in their day, even to attempt to defeat Alduin. Sahrot Hun. The Nords have had many heroes since, but none greater.
Okay. What does a Dragonrend shout actually do?
I cannot tell you in detail. I never heard it used. Kogan. It was the first Thum created solely by mortals. It was said to force a dragon to experience the concept of mortality. A truly von Mindoran. Incomprehensible idea to the immortal Dove.
Okay, so you're the master of the Greybeards. Do others come here to train?
I have taught the way of the voice for centuries, and the Thum since long before that. But no, Dovahkiin. Others do not come here to train anymore. Saran, you are the first in over 100 years. I meditate on the Rotmulag, the words of power. I counsel in their use. It is enough for me.
You meditate on the words? How?
Knowing a word of power is to take its meaning into yourself. Contemplate the meaning of a Rotmulag. You will become closer to that word as it fills your inner self. Will I teach you, Dovahkiin? What word calls you to deeper understanding? There are 3 to master. Fus, Faim, and Yol.
I have no... Fus was force. I don't remember what fine was, or y'all. We'll say fine.
Fade in your tongue. Mortals have greater affinity for this word than the Dove. Everything mortal fades away in time, but the spirit remains. Ponder the meaning of spirit. Unslad Zi. Where mortal flesh may wither and die, the spirit endures. That is fine. Let that meaning fill you. Sum Ark Mora. You will find that your spirit will give you more strength.
Alright then. How could an Elder Scroll cast Alduin through time?
Vomindok, I do not know. Perhaps in the very doing, they erased the knowing of it from time itself. The Dove are children of Akatosh. Thus, we are specially attuned to the flow of time. Perhaps also uniquely vulnerable. I warned them against such a rash action. Even I could not foresee its consequences. Nust Lihon. They would not listen.
You mean you were there?
Yes. There were a few of us that rebelled against Alduin Stur, his tyranny. We aided the humans in his overthrow. But they did not trust us, ni Ov. Their inner councils were kept hidden from us. I was far from here on the day of Alduin's downfall, but all Dove felt the sundering of time itself.
All right, then.
Drem Yolok, greetings. Lok Thum.
Okay, so that means my next stop is going to be... Oh, well, optional is to talk to Argnir, so I'm going to do that real quick. And then I'll head to the college at Winterhold to be able to complete... Rather, I'll head to the College of Winterhold to speak to the librarian there to see if he knows how to find a scroll. Are you guys outside? You're not Argnir. Where's Argnir? Come on. Ah! Let's see if... Okay, so each time I step out here, I hear somebody shout. So who am I hearing shout, and where the heck are they? This is weird. There we go.
So, you spoke to Paarthurnax. The dragon blood burns bright within you. Did he tell you what you wanted to know? Did he teach you the dragon rend shout?
No, but he told me how to find out.
So be it. If he believes it is necessary for you to learn this, we will bow to his wisdom.
I need the Elder Scroll the Ancients used. Do you know how to find it?
We have never concerned ourselves with the scrolls. The gods themselves would rightly fear to tamper with such things. As for where to find it, such blasphemies have always been the stock and trade of the mages of Winterhold. They may be able to tell you something about the Elder Scroll you seek.
Is there another way to defeat Alduin?
Perhaps not. But this shout was used once before, was it not? And here we are again. Have you considered that Alduin was not meant to be defeated? Those who overthrew him in ancient times only postponed the day of reckoning. They did not stop it. If the world is meant to end, so be it. Let it end and be reborn.
All right, then.
Sky, got you.
Off to the College of Winterhold with us, then. And come on, click. And I'm going to end it here, and I'll pick it up from here next time. Thanks, all.